Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey, here for another Power Book 3 Raising Kanan episode analysis. You guys know we are in season 3. We are no longer doing reviews. After this episode, I decided, this is episode 5 of season 3. I decided, you know what? No more reviews and discussions. We are going to do episode analysis because I think it's important. I think that's why a lot of us are still hanging on reviewing and you guys are watching and that type of thing because you really just want to talk about the episode, like the little nuances. Here I am with my episode analysis of Brothers and Keepers. You guys, listen. Okay, listen. Um, I'm gonna be very, very honest in this analysis, you guys. I'm gonna be very, very honest. Listen, the episode actually opens and closes with Ronnie. Okay, Ronnie, and I had just said it when it opened. I was like, man, we getting a lot of Ronnie. We getting a lot of Ronnie, right? Like Ronnie basically commandeered the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean. He basically commandeered the show from the Unique character, right? Okay, so the episode opens with Ronnie. He got a gun, child. Ronnie's got a gun. The homecoming queen has got a gun, okay? And he done rolled up on this man and jacked this man for his car. I don't know what kind of car it was. At first I thought it was a Mustang, but it was kind of like squarish in the front, but narrow. And then I thought the wheel said Cadillac. If you guys know what kind of car that was that he jacked, put it down below. So Ronnie jacks the car, and then he is driving through the streets, baby. Obeying no traffic laws. Like, that is his vehicle. Like, he paid a monthly note on it, right? Like, he paid for it in cash. Like, it's insured in his name. He's driving real, real crazy. And he got a slight smile on his face. And the whole time, 50 Cent is giving us a monologue about how some people feel like what is yours, what you got is theirs, right? What you work for, it belongs to them, and they don't ask, they just come take it, right? And he's driving and giving like a little half smile, and you could just see he's thinking in this moment, what else can I take, right? Ronnie's on the take. He's on the take, right? And he's not asking you, really. He's deboing it. He's on his way to do just a little bit more deboing, right? And it makes him happy. This is the one of the few things that make him joy. Not women, not alcohol, not drinking, not fashion, none of it. It's deboing. Deboing makes his teeth white. Okay? Okay. It's a mess. It's a whole mess. Okay, let's go into it. We're going to talk about Lou and Marvin and Juke and a little bit of Howard, okay? And then we're going to get into Kanan and Fame and then Raq, okay? And then we're going to end with Unique and Ronnie. All right, let's do it. Okay, so listen, Lou got big plans. He got big plans now. He done went round there to Shirley's house. Hello, Shirley. This is Barbara. Yeah. He go down to Shirley, and when he walk in the door, he asks for a Jim Beam, and she pours it up, and it's like instantaneously he remembers that he need to stay focused. He needs to stay focused on his goals, and Shirley is just chirping up a blue streak, and he was like, listen, this record that's been playing, every time I come in here it's playing. She was like, that's one of the few records I got left. You know, I ain't got much records. People done tore them up or stole them or something, you know. And he said, okay, I'm going to go by my mama house and get some of my daddy's records out of there. And I'm going to bring them by here. And then in the meantime, you can play them. You know, and he also has got a promotion going on. He's going to do like a little showcase, like a little hip-hop showcase, right? And he going to do it right there. That's going to be like their debut. And he looks at the drink and he lets her know his plans, and he decides, you know what, I'm not going to take that drink. Again, he is staying focused. We see where he goes by his mama house, child. He in the garage rooting through his daddy's things, and his mama comes up looking like Helen Willis, child. Ooh, she look like Rock Mama though, don't she? Don't she look like Rock Mama? She look like Rock Mama for real. And so you make sure you leave everything just like you found it. And he didn't even turn around. And she goes on and on about how ain't nobody thinking about her. Ain't nobody paying no attention to her. Everybody out here doing their own thing. And ain't nobody worried about what she's supposed to, what she doing it, how she doing it, her wherewithal. You know what I'm saying? And your sister don't have call, and she don't bring me no money back here no more. And goodness knows what Marvin is doing. And you keep worrying about music, and you're gonna be just like your daddy. You're gonna end up just like your daddy. You know what I'm saying? This music and this music game is what killed your daddy. And he stood up, like I said, this is the first words he done said. You can tell he used to hear her going on and on and on and on and on and on about what folks owe her, you know, about being the victim, and all the while dragging their hopes and dreams and joy down, you know, claw and scratch it down, you know, hard to the ground. Right? He used to it. When she say that this music is what killed your daddy, he said, no, that ain't what killed daddy. That ain't what killed my father. And then he was like, oh, wait a minute. Let me go in here and see what coins I got. What few shekels. And he throws them down on the thing and walks out. That's all he says. That ain't what killed my daddy. That's all he said to her. Yeah. 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 Let me take it. If this what I need to do to get these few little records out of here, you know what I'm saying, and not hear your mouth, here, take this little piece of money. And he went on. And I said to myself, ooh, I wish we could get a little bit more of that upbringing, but it ain't about them. It's about raising Kanan, right? Okay, so that's Lou. She's a venomous woman. A very, very venomous woman. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then we see where Lou goes down to the radio station, and the same man he threatened last season about playing Izza's, I don't know her name. What was her name? I thought it had a Z in it. Anyway, he threatened him, you know, to play her music, right? And so he goes back in, and the man is still, you know, he got some residual threat left in him. And when he says, I want you to, you know, promote this showcase on the radio, the guy's like, yes, sir. Yes, I do it right now, sir. Don't worry, sir. I do it right now, sir. Okay, and Lou was like, yeah, I thought you might, right? Okay, so Lou is on his way. He making it happen. We see where Marvin is having lunch with Gerald, and they just chit chatting and talking, and it's good conversation. They both got daughters. They both got a lot in common and everything. And Gerald, you know, Marvin liked to eat, so he's scarfing it down, and Gerald's going on and on about his daughters. And he said, well, you know enough about me. What about your daughter? Now, you know, she's over here in this group butter. How is that going? And he was like, listen, daughters are no joke. Said, but Juke is a good girl. She's doing well. That's who you need to write about. Since you write about entertainment, if you need a story, you should write about Juke. And he was like, okay, yeah. Then Juke, Jumper, Bumper, what's the jukebox? Her real name is Laverne, but you should write about it. And Joe Gerald was like, yeah, I could write about it like a rags to riches story. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the hood. And Marvin was like, ho, ho, ho. Listen. We just at Jamaica Queens. We just right up here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no poverty to riches story. You know what I'm saying? My daughter don't live in poverty, right? And Gerald's like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. You know, it's just that with this murder, this drug dealer got stabbed. And he's like, wow, over there in your neighborhood, you know, in Jamaica Queens. And Marvin was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And it's what's so sad is his deaf grandmama was in the next room and she didn't hear none of it. Right? And he knows instantly who it is. And so when Gerald tries to say Dean's name, of course, you know, it's like a Muslim name. Ramadeen, Ahmadeen, Rakalaka Mamadeen, something. And Marvin says it perfectly. And then he gets up immediately because with this news, lunch is over. Yeah. Get. Nobody cares about what you're talking about. Boo, boo, boo. Yeah, no, you just told me something big. He pays for his meal, and Gerald's like, no, you don't have to pay. No, I pay my way. We ain't begging. We is not begging around here. Marvin is making it real clear. I'm not some street urchin, Gerald, that you done picked up out of the muck and the mire, sir. Huh? I have wherewithal. I have funds, right? Okay. Um, and Jared realizes he's not sure if he messed up or not. He just know they was talking real good, and now Marvin's out. You know, they don't never really know what's going on. Okay. And so we see where Marvin goes directly, immediately over to see Raq. And Raq is cleaning up over at her store. And you know, her storefront on her plaza, right? And she is just grumbling and complaining. She's like, this is harder than running the streets, than running dope. Really, I got people I got to squeeze for they rent. You know, I got crooked cops coming by here tearing up stuff. Um, you know, trying to find businesses to put in here. You know, she was like, I'm just going through a lot, and it's much harder than the dope game. And so Marvin is like, Dean dead. Somebody got Dean. And she was like, okay. And he was like, she said, anybody know who did it? No, don't nobody know yet. Word just getting out. And she's like, well, I mean, okay. He was like, well, Dean was breaking me off a little piece because, you know, just a little something for me to sell just to keep me going. And she was like, well, I mean, these things happen. People get, you know, killed every day. And, you know, I mean, it's really, she really not thinking about Dean, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's just, it's just like, you know, that's the game, really. And, you know, it's just somebody else kind of disregarding him, because basically she's like, well, I mean, you just out. You just out is out. You just got to figure out another way. I can't figure out another way. I'm not giving you nothing. I can't give you anything. He was like, well, I'm not asking for anything. I went in with Lou, and I'm helping Lou front his, you know, his club. And Lou's still doing this mess, and she kind of sounds a little bit like their mom, right? Like, what about me? Look at what I'm going through. What about what I got going on? Ain't nobody considered me. And then she goes into sort of belittling him, you know, slighting him. And then she definitely belittles and slights Lou and what Lou got going on. Well, Lou got a showcase going on. Marvin is just gonna move past all that. Listen, Lou got a showcase going on. We want the whole family to come out and support. It's gonna be a great night. It would be good to see you there. And she was like, Lou is an ingrate. Okay, he the last person I want to see, but Lou. Marvin is just like, I'm not getting into this. He say Buck Raq. You say Buck Lou. I'm just letting you know. We got a family function later on. It would be nice if you was to come. You know, it is. Oh, I mean, it was a lot like what her mom did to Lou. She basically is. That's the legacy. That's part of the legacy. Is venomous, bitter. You know what I'm saying? Victimhood. Yeah. That could be part of your legacy too. Huh? Are you there? Okay, come on now, let's do it. Okay, so then we see where Juke done got done practicing, and he go to pick her up, and it is such a cute moment because he see her talking to Aisha, Mint Girl, talking to Mint Girl, and he was like, okay, you and your daddy got the same type, and she was like, nah, that's just my friend. He was like, we got room for her in the back. She's like, no, that's just my friends. How many of us have them friends? Okay. Before we go any further, you know, and it's a good moment. I still am so worried about Marvin. I am, because he seems to be on this particular trajectory. At the same time, we cannot forget that with the exception of Juke, everybody's got a body. With the exception of Juke. I don't think Juke's got a body. Right? But just everybody else, y'all tell me if I'm wrong, put it down below, just about got a body, right? Okay. All right. So then let's talk about Juke. Now, Juke is working on her choreography with Butter, her group. And Mint Girl just is not getting it, right? And she's not getting it. She got the diva, the lead girl, who's not didn't seem as thick this week. I don't know. Is this me? Was she a different? Anyway, they all own it. Everybody except Juke. Juke's like, you okay? You all right? You need a break? But everybody, the lady that leads the group, the choreographer, Crystal, I believe her name is, the diva chick. They all just like, you could be gotten rid of. You in the way. You ain't not getting the steps. We can replace you. Replacing you ain't nothing but a word. At some point, you gonna have to get it together. You off beat. You off count. I'm just like, you should have had an audition for singers and dancers. Singers and dancers. You wanted somebody that could do both, right? Like, this is not how we get. I don't. You know, they'd have fired me. They'd have fired me because I'd have been back talk. We already know that. We already know that. So, Juke agrees to help Mint Girl behind the scenes, you know, and let's practice together and build each other up. This is how it's done, right? It's a good move, and it shows that Juke is a genuine person, right? We see where they practice, they having a good time, they laughing, they talking, and Juke is lifting her up, and she was like, no, Juke, you tower above me in talent. You are smart, and you are funny, and you really have a beautiful voice, and you're gonna do well, and dot 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 dot. And Juke is like, you remind me so much of my girlfriend Nicole. She used to say the same thing, and Mint Girl is like, yeah, if we both saying the same thing, then that must be true, right? And Juke just kind of flips it back. She's not used to being complimented and all of that. Listen, Mint Girl is the girl next door energy, right? It's supposed to be like a tomboy, a diva, and a girl next door energy. And it's Juke's type. You can tell she likes her, but you can tell she's also very, very cautious. Mint Girl knows exactly what she's talking about when she say girlfriend. Okay, she knows. All right, and so she doesn't really give Juke any pushback. She's not like, ew, no, you know, none of that. Like I said, Marvin could see the energy between the two of them when he was waiting for Juke to come and get in the car. So it's obvious they are at the very least becoming really close friends, right? And so it's a good moment. It's a good moment for Juke. Juke has got wins so far. I just don't know how long they're gonna last, because inevitably these things just don't always end up in the best light. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, lastly, we're going to talk about Howard real quick. Howard learns that the investigation into the Crown, you know, the whole idea that Crown was behind everything, it is stalling out. It's because nobody's going to talk about it. They can't really trace him back to the Basie projects. They can't really trace him to anything but music. And Howard offers to go and put his boots on the ground and see if he can call in some favors and get some people to kind of, you know, corroborate that Crown was the brains behind the whole situation. I still think they're on to Howard, but okay, that's Howard. Now we're gonna talk about that was Lou, Marvin, Juke, Howard. Now we're gonna talk about Kanan and Fame. Listen, it really is kind of sad to see Fame and Kanan end up where they are. At the same time, it just kind of lets you know that a lot of the venom that Raq has for her mom, she kind of just like her. At the same time, Kanan got a lot of venom and vitriol for his mom for very good reason, right? But at the same time, he kind of is turning out to be just like her, right? Okay, let's talk about it. We see where he trying to manage Fame from the little blue box. You know, that's what we call his room over there at Rock House. He trying to manage Fame from over at the little blue box, and Raq over here the whole thing. You know, it's clear that he's giving Fame instruction. It's clear that he's supervising Fame, right? It's clear that if these two have a partnership, that Kanan is the heavy, Kanan is the lead, he is the you know what I'm saying, the boss. Okay, Raq peeped the whole thing. She peeped the maps he got on his bed, the conversation, all of that, and she asks him about it, and he got a smart mouth. He give a sass mouth, and she say, "Listen, first of all, this is my house. Okay, this is my house. We already knew it. He ain't been there a good 12 hours, baby. He done got it. This my house, under my roof. This what we gonna do, right? It's inevitable." It's inevitable, okay, when you're living with other folks, right? Especially your mama, all right? So she does, you know, peep game, and he gives her attitude, and she go ahead and set him straight. Now, we could have it good here. You could have it good here, right? And want for nothing. Or not. Okay? If you want to, if you serious about these things, I can take these gloves off, baby. I can take these gloves off, and I go round and round with you. I brought you into this world. Huh? Oh, yeah, she gives it to him for he don't, yeah, he don't believe it. I mean, she sent you to kill your daddy. I would be scared of it if I was you. I'd be scared of him. Okay, we see where Fame and the courier standing outside, and Fame is just, you know what I'm saying, he probably half high, half sleep. He always got a, you know, a Newport Slim hanging out of his mouth, you know what I'm saying, like he grown. Like he grown. He ain't thinking about going to school, but he is a child. He is a child. He out here on this corner. The police run down on him. Everybody scattered but Fame. Fame, this is Fame's stomping ground. His apartment is right here. His apartment is right here behind him. He's standing at the foot of the stoop. And he go left and he go right and he don't know. And the bed goes up and he goes down. I was like, who don't know how to get out, up and through around their own building, around their own spot? Like, that's one-on-one. You got the map out where you gonna go. You never hold the money or the drugs on you, son. What are we doing? He gets hemmed up and thrown in the paddy wagon. Okay? It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. We see where after he gets fully arrested, Kanan finds out about Fame. He comes up, he asks everybody, Fame, where Fame at? Y'all seen Fame? Anybody seen Fame? Do we know where Fame is? Oh, Fame got locked up. Fame got locked up, and you got this worker and that worker and the other worker. They say they ain't about this life. They ain't about this life. They not trying to do no drugs, and the cops done ran down, and they scared. And he is like mother ducking Fame. Ooh, I said to myself, ooh, Fame, this ain't good. This ain't good, girl. This ain't good, Fame. Baby, Kanan is livid. We see where back down at the precinct, child, they questioning Fame. Fame is a minor. Let's just establish that. Fame is a minor. They questioning Fame without his parent present or without a lawyer, right? It's nothing they can do with what Fame gonna tell them. I'm telling you that now. All right, but let's just go through this. They want to see how much information they can get from Fame. Fame gives them bupkis. They asked about Freddie. They say you was in the neighborhood, huh? The people say they saw you around there at his house, huh? We got a witness statement, that put you looking and lurking 2 days prior to the shooting, Were you there? Fame said, I was not there. I have no idea what you're talking about. A couple of days before, do you know Freddie? He says, I think he a couple of grades ahead of me. So you do know him. I mean, we did go to school together. The people saying that you were there, and that you had a gun, and you shot that boy. And then Fame was like, All you got is a couple of days ahead of time. We all live in and around the same neighborhood. So I don't think you really have anything on me. I know nothing. I've seen nothing. Okay, I've heard nothing. Okay. They have to cut him loose. He's not talking. They have to cut him loose. And again, he is a minor. Okay. All right, fam, you did good. You did good. You did real good. At this moment, I still didn't remember who shot Freddie. Okay. All right, so we say, we see where Kanan is outside the building, baby. He trying to get his troops together. He giving them a speech. This way you gonna go, and this way you gonna go. And one of them is like, but I'm scared. What if I get caught? Don't get caught, ninja. Don't get caught. Okay? I mean, he manhandling these jokers. He manhandling them. Okay? And, he letting them know that he is not, you know what I'm saying? He not, no, y'all finna do this work. We ain't finna stop no business just cause Fame is locked up. Okay? And then we see where, Ronnie roll up on Kanan. Ain't you rock, boy? And Kanan was like, my name is Kanan. You know what I'm saying? I'm my boy. I'm my own man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't you rock, boy? And Ronnie say, well, I want to know who your connect is. And Kanan is like, excuse me, and try to bust past Ronnie. And Ronnie was like, brick, stone, steel. And Kanan was like, okay. And then he took 2 steps back. You're smart, Kanan. You're smart. Take 2 steps back because you don't know if this ninja is going to explode or implode. You're not really sure. And so, he kept questioning him. I want to know who your connect is. And he was like, what is you talking about? What connect? Is Unique your connect? Listen, I don't work for Unique. I work for me. I work for myself. I want to know who your Heron connect is. And Kanan is like, excuse me? Who mentioned Heron? And he pushed past him. He eased on through that little crack and went on inside and double locked that door. And then put a board up underneath it and a chair up underneath the knob. You know what I'm saying? Okay? You need to barricade yourself in. This ninja's crazy. Okay? I would have went in backwards because I wouldn't want him just right here on my neck. I don't want this kind of ninja to sneak up on me. Okay? All right? So then we see where he working the business. He had Ronnie roll up on him and Fame come in. Now he's supposed to be at his mama's house. Y'all know he's supposed to stay at his mama's house because he don't know when CPS, the social worker, gonna come around there. He don't know. But with Fame being locked up, he can't do nothing but continue to work. Miss calls is miss money, right? He lets us know this. He got to still work this business, right? And you have to give it to Kanan. Kanan did start this business. We wasn't even sure how he was going to get it done, how he was going to get to work, all of that. He had it all worked out, mapped out, planned out, and he worked the plan. And he worked every day. Every day he going to work. He's managing, he's supervising, he's figuring out problems, all of that. He doing everything but getting Fame out of jail. Fame get in there and he's like, oh, you out? And Fame was like, yeah, they let me out. They let me go. That quick? They let you out that quick? And he was like, yeah, they let me out. They was on some old bah humbug anyway. And Kanan acting kind of suspicious, like Fame is exhausted. He is exhausted. Okay? They was just ducking with me, Kanan. Okay? He said, just trying to shake me down. Kanan said, what about the money? He said, well, no, they took the money. We ain't getting that back. And it pisses Kanan off because he been working to save that money to do his own thing, to build his own business up. And now you just got a whole swatch, a whole day's worth of revenue snatched up and took up. Ooh, baby. The conversation that ensued, he says to to Fame, I knew that I couldn't trust you. When he realized that money was gone, he said, I knew I couldn't trust you. I knew I couldn't trust you with this ish. And Fame is like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? He was like, if you want to know the truth, they had me hemmed up in there. They was talking about Freddie, that Freddie-ish. And Kanan is like, what is you talking about? First of all, I was like, lower your voice, Fame. Bring your voice down 2 notches. Okay? And he talking about how they questioned me about Freddie. And that shooting it went on. And of course, he said, I just don't understand. You feel like you can't trust me. Now, Javon gets locked up and you go get him immediately. I get locked up and we supposed to be brothers and you don't even look like you want to come get me. You don't even look like you want to come see about me. I don't understand that. Now, they did all this grilling me about Freddie and Kanan interrupted and said, did you talk? And he said, no, I didn't talk. He said, but it's messing with me. It's messing with me. What I did is messing with me. It's at this moment I was like, okay, so Fame shot Freddie? I don't remember. But then when he said it, I was like, I do remember him holding that gun kind of weird. And, He said, I was trying to do to him what he's been doing to everybody else. And Kanan is like, listen, if you know like I know, you'll never breathe a word of it. Not to me, not to nobody. Say nothing to no one. Okay, and Fame is like, it's really bugging me. It's messing with me. I'm not worried about the cops. I'm talking about I can't stop thinking about what I did to Freddie. I was like, ooh, don't tell nobody that. Don't tell nobody that. Don't tell nobody that. Listen, we in a dog-eat-dog situation. This a dog-eat-dog season, Fame. We don't want to be doing this. We don't want to be confessing no feelings and things like that. Okay, it was me. I was the one. I put Freddie down. First of all, stop. It's the best advice Kanan could have given him. Never say a word of it. Never breathe a word of it again. Say nothing to no one. Okay? Never speak on this again. He said, bury this. This is how it has to be. Okay? I can't have your stupid arse. Okay? Come on, Raq. And Raq's mama. Pop right out of his mouth. Again, this too could be a legacy. Huh? Generational. Yeah. I can't have your stupid arse ducking up my business right now. Bushes passing me. Goes out the door and closes the door. I thought Fame was gonna run in the room and throw himself on the bed. Ah! I really did. I really feel like that's what he was going to do. He was so hurt. He was so hurt about what Kanan said. Oh, it was a mess. It was a whole mess. Listen, let's go on. Let's move on now. Raq, okay? Raq got a pest problem. She got a cockroach problem. She got a cockroach and a pig problem. And they all the same thing. She got these crooked cops that's coming by her place and busting the windows out. And then they gonna ride up and tell her they can keep it from being done for a small fee. And she was like, no, I'm good. I believe I'm good. And they was like, well, this gonna keep happening. Whoever's doing it gonna keep doing it until you come around. And she was like, I say good day, sir. I say good day. Okay. When Marvin comes over and gives her the news about Dean, listen, she really just not in the headspace to accept it. She really just in her own, she pissed off about everything. She got to clean up, looking sharp as like she is just. It wasn't a good time to approach Raq. Marvin had no way of knowing. He didn't have no deeds. Okay, and she just was not in the mood for it. Okay, she was just not in the mood for it. We see where after she decides she ain't going nowhere, she ain't doing nothing for nobody, don't nobody call my name again. Okay. She goes on back home and then the social worker come over. Social worker get there and she want to know where Kanan is and Kanan ain't there. And Raq, it's just like he's not here, but I'm sure he'll be here soon. The social worker say, I'll wait. Okay. If I ain't got enough going on, right? They breaking into my business. They got somebody done killed Dean. I should care, but I'm out the game. You know what I'm saying? I got my son breathing down my neck, trying to act like, I'm supposed to be some perfect angel. I got the social worker coming over here because of him. But I got to keep him close because he is my son. Like, now this lady want to come in and sit down. And Raq is just like, I'm sure he'll be here any minute. He never shows up. We already know what he over there doing. What he want to do. Anything he want to do. Okay, and then the lady tell her I'm leaving, and this y'all one and only chance. This the one and only time y'all get to renege. Next time I show up, and I ain't saying when that is, he best be here. And if he not, I'm gonna have these people come down here and swoop him up out of here. Okay, and he going into the foster system. I'll put him in the system. I'll put him in the system. Raq was like, oh no, he'll be here. And then she gets herself together and she decides she going over there to Dean's funeral. Okay, she goes over to the Dean funeral and everybody's giving the grandmama envelopes of money. I was like, Lord, they trying to get this lady mollywop. They don't know that oh. They don't know that there's some folks out here that's mollywopping for money, right? They giving her all this money in public. At the same time, she's coming out, walking out the funeral sharp, pulled together, snatched, and Unique sees her. And baby, he can't take his eyes off of her. For the first 5 to 10 seconds of the conversation, all he want to talk about is how good she look, honey. Sexy, you're fine. You make morning look good. You know what I'm saying? You give her you give her morning so woody. It was so cute. Right? And they talk about Dean. And Raq said, who would be so bold? Well, it's got to be a real bold ninja to take out Dean. You know what I'm saying? Because Dean connected. And Unique say, I know just a ninja that is bold enough. Okay, and then he says to her, Ronnie's out here wilding. He like a bull in a china shop. And then Raq tells him somebody's gonna have to pay for all that ish that he breaking. And Ronnie, Unique understands. He understands. Okay. Listen. I love seeing Unique and Raq together. I do. Early the next morning, Kanan is home sitting there eating cereal. Okay, you got some nerve. To be in here eating up my good normal middle class food, right? And you want to run the streets. Okay, and she tell him the social worker came by. He don't say a word. She said, if she come back and you ain't here, then she gonna put you in CPS. She gonna put you in the foster care system. He bring that bowl up like Ronnie. Did y'all peep that? Okay? And drink that milk. The steely look he was giving while eating that cereal. Ronnie. Never stop eating while she trying to tell you something very important. Ronnie. She said, you can ignore me all you want to. You can act like you don't hear me all you want to. She said, but the next time that woman come, you going to be in this house. That you will be in this house. You best cool believe that. And he don't say a word. She going to show you fat meat is greasy. Okay? She going to show you fat meat is greasy. All right? You going to learn today. I know you think you smart. Everybody know you mad. Justifiably so. Justifiably so. But at the same time, you got to know your place, sir. You got to know your place. Okay? All this is going on. It's unbeknownst to Raq now. She done gone about her day. Unbeknownst to her, Demo is down here at the police station. Now, this is who Howard done got to go down here and vouch for the fact that Crown was the head of the whole organization. Okay? And he down there, he do a good job until they ask about Raquel Thomas. Okay? He put it all on Crown. All up under the Crown, right? And he asked about Raquel Thomas. And then Demo say, what Raq got to do with this? And they say, Raq? Raq? Is that what she's called in the streets? And Demo's like, listen, I don't know what y'all doing, which I'm telling y'all what's going on. Everything else y'all gonna have to figure it out for yourself. They go immediately and open the investigation back up into Raq. Because now they got a street name. Okay? Now they got a street name. Just like that, they looking for Raq. Okay, listen. Let's get over here and talk about let's talk about the showcase. At the same time, we're gonna talk about Unique and Ronnie. Let's go through Unique and Ronnie real quick. Okay, listen. Like I said, Ronnie done robbed this guy this car, whatever this car is. At Old Dog 30, he go around there to Unique house, bang on the door like he the police. Okay, now he outside dressed like Oshkosh because dressed like somebody oompa. You know what I'm saying? Like he he clean up at the church house. You know what I'm saying? Like he might, go to a special day program. You know what I'm saying? Before he come home, like Big Mama dressed him. Okay, he outside banging on somebody's door, and Unique come to the door and it's like, Ronnie, it's hella early, like late at night. Like, why is you here? And he was like, look what I got. I got me a car. And he was like, Unique was like, oh my gosh. Listen, Unique said you get a miracle and you're given a second chance at freedom. And this what you do? You do this? You out here jacking ninjas? Doing this simple assignment is just gonna get you locked back up? He said, I told you I got you, Ronnie. Ronnie said, I can't tell. I can't tell. Okay. He tells him, he said, I'm not living with you in Pressa no more. I was like, well, finally, some good news. Deuces kick rocks. Don't let that doorknob hit you. Huh? Okay. And he said, I'm taking this car and I'm flipping it to Early Tyler and get me some money for it. Basically, I'm about to turn this into the choppers and I'm finna get me some money for this vehicle. Okay, we see where Unique gets it. He gets it. He understands, right? This is all pre-funeral. This before he talked to Raq. Okay? He decides he's gonna take on the strength of what Raq told him at dinner that last episode, and because he sees that Ronnie's escalating. He's escalating. At this moment, Unique is doing what a good brother does. Here's the thing. When you're not broken like other people are broken, it's hard for you to think logically. You continue to think logically, and that's what's messing you up, right? That's what's putting you behind the 8 ball, because the person that you're dealing with is not thinking logically, right? They're not thinking normal. Their reaction to your normal logical behaviors is going to always be abnormalcy, illogic, right? He decides he gonna take Ronnie by the Asian restaurant and show him the setup. This is how we gonna do it. People come in and ask for the special. They know what they give them. They give them the special, and we make money that way. Ronnie is like, child, this is a dump. First of all. Second of all, racial slurs, ethnic slur is not funny. You know what I'm saying? Just rude and uncouth and ignorant as hell. He calling them yellow mother suckers and all. It's sign number 1. Okay, ain't nobody in here, ain't no business, ain't nobody coming up through here. It's like, well, no. Unique says, we're just getting started. He says, but this is the plan. It's a good plan, and it's all yours. You can have this. You can run this. This can be your work. Like, it can be what you want it to be, right? Like, you could build it up and make it your own, right? Unique is very, very hopeful in his conversation. And just like that, Ronnie takes a big old blanket, soaks that joker in gasoline and lights it on fire and throws it right on top of Unique's plan. You know what I'm saying? Wet blanket be darned. He set that joker on fire. He say, "Fuck you," and then bumps him as he walks out. Walks out the restaurant and goes stands out front. Listen, this conversation that they have outside of the Asian restaurant. Oh yes, I got notes. Okay. You're gonna listen to a lot of reviewers, and they quite a few of them are probably gonna say, "I knew what was gonna happen at the end of this episode," but it wasn't until this moment that I knew. I did not know through this entire episode. It wasn't until this moment that I knew Unique had a big problem on his hands. Right? Like a problem that could turn around and get him. Right? Let's talk about it. So, outside, Neek says, "Listen, you asked for work, I bring you work. I mean, I'm just," and Ronnie says, "Ninja, ain't no work here." Okay? And you got to remember, it's woof, woof, right? "Ninja, ain't no work here." Right? And Unique is like, "Okay, I'm gonna need the strength to stay calm up in here," right? Trying to hold it together, right? Still believing that if he comes with this measure of calm, and Ronnie's gonna take it down a notch and meet his measure of calm, it never happens. Okay? He says, "Hey, did you hear about Dean?" And he said, "Mother Doug Dean." Okay, and Unique is like, "What?" And he says, "Mother Duck Dean, what Dean got to do with your broke arse business? What Dean got to do with your broke arse business? Like, why you bringing Dean into this? This about what, just completely oblivious. You always focus." This is what he tells him. "You always focus on the wrong thing, Neek. Okay? You always focus on the wrong thing." He said, "Raq took all we had." Okay? Raq took all we had and left you with this bullshit. And you smiling. He's smiling to keep from opening up on you. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to hold it down out here in public in front of these him folks. Right? He tells him, he say, "You smiling because you got your head stuck between Raq's legs." He say, "Ooh." Listen. He say, "She turned you out, ninja." She turned you out. Yeah. In other words, he's saying Raq got him ussy whip. She got you ussy whip. Now, to me, it don't feel like an insult, but I know that it's an insult. Okay, given the time of year, in the timeline, you know what I'm saying, late 80s, early 90s, midnight, like no. When he said Raq turned you out, basically Raq got you ussy whip. Okay, I knew then there was at least gonna be some blows. I thought it was gonna be right then. I really did. I thought they was finna scuffle, and I was proud of Unique for holding it in the road, right? And so, like I said, Unique go ahead and summons his patient, and he say, "You my brother, so I can't, so I ain't gonna check you like I would other folks out here in these streets," he said. And Ronnie leaned in and said, "Nobody checks me, Igor. Nobody checks me." Right? Just super aggressive. Oh my gosh, I could feel it through the TV, right? And he said, "Nobody checked me, Neek." And he said, Unique says, "I'm telling you one last time that Raq is out the game, Ronnie. Okay? She ain't involved here. Okay? It's just me and you. It's just us, man. The lane is wide, ducking open." What don't you understand? Huh? Okay. He say, I know you got other work, Neek. You money got to be coming from somewhere. Okay? Unique say, this is it. This is all that we have. This is what we got. He tells Ronnie. Ronnie say, this ain't ish. Baby, when I tell you, he pushed in on Unique's space so tight and hard, Unique was bent back like a thumb. Okay? Bam, bam, bam. Y'all know anything about pack mentality, animals, right? Dominance is important. You got to get them to flip over and show you they belly. That right there let me know that Unique was going to have to, if you don't slit his throat, he going to slit yours. I knew it. I said it to myself just as clean as day. But not until we got to this conversation. I still felt like, I don't know. I think I was living in La La Land. But let's move forward, right? Okay, so listen. We see where Ronnie then leaves that conversation. He goes to see Kanan. Rolls up on Kanan, okay? And that was a miss. He leaves Kanan and goes to see Juliana. And when he goes to see Juliana, he was playing it kind of smooth. Like all the dudes he walked up on, he was woof, woof, woof. Right? But he come to Juliana and he was kind of softer a little bit. I mean, he still was like stick man, like robot boy, right? But he was like, yeah, I just sent something that you had more you wanted to say to me. And Juliana with that old ratty wig on gonna tell him, ooh, and that maroon lipstick. I wanted to slap her face. Ooh, that piece of trash. She gonna tell him, no, you sense wrong. I don't mess with Ron. I don't mess with Unique. I don't want Unique by here. I got a problem with Unique. And he said, well, you ain't got to worry about Unique. I'm not Unique. You don't worry. You work with me. Work with me. Don't worry about Unique. She was like, if Unique is gonna always be a problem. I can't tell that y'all any different. And he was like, well, no, you don't have to worry about that. And she said, listen, I thought I didn't have to worry about my husband. Okay, I thought I didn't have to worry about him until he rolled up on me and beat me something fierce. She said, but I ain't got to worry about him no more. Okay, and then she said, now if Unique was to disappear, and he said, no, Unique ain't going nowhere. Okay, Unique ain't going nowhere. I said to myself, hopefully you are. Okay, and she pushes in a little bit more. Okay, she pushes in a little bit more. She's adamant, and Unique is, if you want to deal with me, Unique's gonna have to be handled. And he say Unique ain't going nowhere. Unique is not going anywhere. Unique is not going anywhere. My brother ain't going nowhere. And I said to myself, oh, this is gonna be sad when Unique had to cut his throat, because the only way you gonna stop this fool is to cut his throat. But at least he did. Put up a fuss to Juliana. We see then where Ronnie goes back to Unique's house, uninvited, child done let himself in, and he around there feeding they fish. Okay, he gets confronted by Pressa, and Pressa say, why are you here? He don't say nothing. Then Unique give you some work, he don't say nothing. Where is Unique? Ronnie said, probably out there ducking Raq. And she said, what did you say? He gets up, puts the fish food back in its proper place. Y'all know he OCD. And he grabs that jacket tight, that Jacques Penney jacket, and walks out there. She said, Ronnie, come back here. Ronnie, what did you say? He act just like she ain't talking, and walk on out the door. Later on, she making Unique a sandwich, and when he get to eating it good and thinking everything is Gucci and gravy, baby, a little old white bread sandwich, child. I don't know. And she say, so you bucking Raq? And he was like, you got everything you need. You got everything you need. You want for nothing, and still you complain. You have everything you can ever need. I take care of you and my son, and you worried about some itches? And she said, it ain't just another itch, Unique. She's the one that shot your car up with our son in it. Then she had you locked up after she framed you for shooting a police officer. How you put your ick in that, Unique? How you put, that thing grabbed me in the, She ain't wrong. She is not wrong. Did we forget? We were so busy romanticizing this relationship with Unique and with Raq, we forgot. We forgot. Okay? We forgot. He got plenty of reason to have beef with Raq. This is why his brother thinks of him as weak. It is in this moment I realize, oh no. Unique is already underwater. Okay? His feet are tied to the bottom of the ocean and he is struggling and scrambling, thinking he's getting closer to the top where he can grab him a fresh gulp of fresh air. But no. You're still tied to the bottom. It feels like you're breathing, but you're taking in water. It is in this moment I realize. Ooh. He mad as a 6-shooter. Mother ducking Ronnie. Huh? This ninja done set me up in my own home. Okay. Same time the showcase going on. Everybody's having such a great time. Lou is at the new spot and it is jumping. He's doing everything he needs to do. He's doing it stone cold sober. He lets Shirley know, I am not drinking. I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to stay doing what I got to do. I like this part of you, Lou. I really do, okay? And so he's got acts on stage and he's got Fame there. Fame's gonna perform. Juke has invited her friend Mint Girl from her group to come, and Kanan comes in. Juke sees immediately that Kanan and Fame have a problem, because when Kanan comes in, Juke waves at him and Fame gets up from the table and leaves and then walks past Kanan like he don't see him standing there. It's like a little girlfriend boyfriend spat, but maybe I'm the only one saw it that way. You know what I'm saying? Fame is tender. He's very tender. Okay, he held his own with them police, but he's still very tender. His feelings are very, very tender. Okay. She calls it out, and Kanan brushes past it. He notices Mint Girl, and Mint Girl's there with him, so he called Juke to the side and say, hey, Juke, that's your girl, that's you, that's what you doing. And she is like, nah, she's just a friend. She's a real sweet girl. She's part of my group, so don't hurt her. And he's like, okay, no doubt. He goes back over and sits down and he talks to her. And then she's not like, boy, get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got my eye on you. I got my eye on Juke. She not like that. And so Juke kind of peeped that a little bit, and she is just like, maybe I should have said I can like her. I want to like her. But Juke is not like that. She is very chivalrous. She's very chivalrous. At the same time, she feel like she kind of missed her shot a little bit. Okay. We see where, listen, Marvin come in and Marvin is talking to Lou. And he's congratulating Lou on everything. We still hear acts going in the background. At the same time, Raq done got dressed to come and, show up for Lou. And she's going to surprise them. But the police have decided tonight, this late hour, we need you down at the police station. And she was like, what are you talking about? Police station for what? We got some more questions. And full disclosure, we don't have no warrant. But, doesn't matter, because it won't bode good with you if you don't just acquiesce and come on downtown. And she was like, let me get my lawyer, which she does. She gets her lawyer, And she goes downtown, and they got a few questions for her. The lawyer's like, what are we talking about? What are we working on here? What's happening? Because she got somewhere she got to be. They don't have nothing. They have bupkis. They brought her down there to trip her up and get her to say the wrong thing and fluster her and all of that. But Raq don't play them games. They told, the lawyer talked to him and said, basically, they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing on you, and they need to drop this whole thing and follow, the lead. There's no there, basically. All of this is going on. Marvin's down at the club. He talking to Lou. He telling Lou that he thought Raq was gonna come, but it don't look like she coming. And Lou is like, I'm saying, I don't need her here. I don't need Raq in this space. I don't need Raq involved in this space, right? So Mother Duck Raq, I don't care about her not being there. And he goes on about his business, drinking his ice water. Okay. Then we get to the end. Unique is livid. Now, that wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. His brother barking him all the way down on the street corner, right? That wasn't the straw that broke him telling Pressa about Raq is what the straw that broke the camel back, right? And he looking for Unique everywhere. He goes by the haberdashery that Unique used to be in, run his business out of. Apparently he still owns it, or somebody owns it. I don't know why Ronnie was in there, but he see the light on and he goes in there. And Ronnie is in there enjoying himself a delicious meal or whatever. And he walks on him and he was like, you told Pressa about my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of you. And dot. And they go back and forth and arguing. And next thing you know, they scuffling. They fighting like brothers. You know what I'm saying? They throwing their bodies around and they hitting each other and flipping each other over. It's like partial wrestling. You fighting somebody you love and care about. You wrestle a little bit with your blows. You don't just, you know what I'm saying, they gonna tussle a little. And Unique gets the best of him. He does. He's angry, you know what I'm saying, and upset, you know what I'm saying. You get out of jail, I put you in up in my home, and from the moment your foot set on my soil, you have been trying to tear everything asunder, right? Like, you worried about Raq, and this, you a much bigger problem to my empire than Raq could ever be, right? He has had it with Ronnie, and he is literally trying to beat whatever this demon is that's controlling Ronnie out of him. He just bam, 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 bam. And he kind of knocks him out a little bit. And Ronnie lands back on his back and his hands and his face is bloody. And Unique walks out and he was like, I am the big dog around here. Whoa. Right? Like, he finally, you know what I'm saying? He showed him, like, right, you just been dominating me, right? Like, and he goes to walk out, and Ronnie gets up and gathers himself and walks past the garbage can, and there's a copper pipe in there, and he pulls that copper pipe out and hits his brother Unique on the back, and Unique goes down, and the minute he goes down, he stands over his brother and splits his head open. Brains him. His own brother. Next thing we see is Ronnie in Unique's car, and Unique is laying there at the top of a leafy hill, and there's trash bags and stuff where people been throwing them, rolling them down the hill and dumping them. And he kicks his brother's body. Now he got his chain, old bloody chain. He's holding it in his hand, and he kicks his brother's body down the hill over and tumble. And Unique lands on his back, and 50 Cent is talking. 50 Cent is saying, the last thing I remember 50 Cent saying was, just like that, a king is dead. A king is gone. And we see Unique's dead body. Unique is no more. Unique is no more. And that is the end of the episode. And with every step of the way in this episode, I remember thinking, who is Ronnie? I mean, he was just doing things that were more and more and more and more outrageous. Okay? And I get, was he this, was it, I mean, everybody doesn't act scared. They don't act scared to necessarily talk to him. I'm like, could we get some idea? It don't have to be a flashback, but could somebody tell us about Ronnie? Was he always this way? Huh? Did I mean, it wasn't, I just want to know. Was he always this way? Was he ever talkative? Was he ever jovial? Was he always the hitter? Like, we need to know something about Ronnie, because I feel like everybody felt like we felt, and because they portrayed it like Ronnie's, a head case, but not really somebody you got to worry about. I think that's why we wasn't worried about it. Right? Because you guys have already I've told you my prediction. I never really thought about Unique being a body this season. I'll be honest with you. I never really thought about it because everybody acted like this is how Ronnie is, this is how Ronnie does, and it was kind of funny. But he has brained his own brother. He went from telling Juliana, no way, my brother ain't going nowhere, to being the one that kills his brother. He's Cain. And then didn't bury his brother's body with any amount of honor. Kicked him down a hill into a trash heap. You guys tell me what you think of this episode. Do you wonder who Ronnie is? Like, who was this cat before? Like, we just on episode 5. I really just don't even know. Like, it was a great episode. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Put it down below. Listen, until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah.